I got my chips. I got my OJ here too. But y'all don't care about that. Welcome back to Starcastic Remarks. This is where my optimism dies here, guys. And it respawns just in time for puck drop in the next game. I'm Ryan. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm going to be your host today. I'm going to be your hockey therapist for the Stars, and I'm a part-time excuse analyst for the Dallas Stars too. And today, just I have no words. I have no words. It's the same things over and over and over. It's the same problems that have been happening for 5 weeks now. And for the first time in 2 games, it is, kind of button this. They're killing the Stars at all. Like now, those things are killing us. Yeah. So the Stars lose 3-2 in overtime to the Minnesota Wild here today. The Minnesota Wild. They don't get to be the Mild today because the Stars were mild. They played like they were chasing a playoff berth, like they were the final team in the playoffs. They were there, and Dallas played like they were chasing, I don't know, sleep. So let's break this one down, shall we? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. All right. So in the first period, there was actually some hope here. So just under 6 minutes, and Jason Robertson pots his 34th goal of the year. It was Rantanen and Lindell. And it was confident. It was hopeful. And we were all like, hey, maybe this game will actually be good. And maybe they actually are mad about Pittsburgh and ready to make a statement. And they weren't. From there, the pace just dipped faster than the Stars' zone exits on a penalty kill. And what's funny is that the penalty kill was actually really, really good today. A couple of flashes here and there, but just nothing sustained and nothing that said we're taking control of this game. And that's something that I've been talking about for weeks. And I was listening to DLOS, I think it was yesterday, and Owen said that the last time we actually had a game where we looked like a really good team was February 26th against the LA Kings. Score was 6-2 that game, by the way. And today it was more just like, we'll just hang on and Otter will bail us out, right? So shots were 14-7 in favor of the Wild in the second period. That's not just being outshot, that's being outplayed, outskated, and honestly at will. They got a power play at 16:40, and they don't really do anything with it. Granlund takes a shot himself finally, but it was just completely flat. And the penalties, just it was ridiculous here today. The refs were just wanted to get into the game, and then there were some stupid penalties that the Stars took as well that I thought were legit penalties. So first off, it was a too many man that was super questionable in my opinion, and whatever, fine, we kill it off. Then Bischel gets tagged for tripping at like 7:04, which I thought was also kind of a joke. And then Robo said, "Hold my Gatorade," and then he took a genuinely stupid penalty at the end of the period. And he tried to sell it off like it was an accident, and it's like, dude, come on, just play hockey. Also, Harley and Bork had a shorthanded 2-on-1 that looked like it could have been the turning point, but it wasn't. The rebound went to Harley, and I think Gus got a piece of it, but it went wide, regardless of whether he got a piece of it or not. And those moments are going to haunt those guys if this spiral keeps going like this, because the last 2 games have just been indicative of the way the Stars have been playing. This is what they deserved for the last month and a half since the trade deadline. And then in the third period, it just, honestly, I have made excuses about this team going into a second night of a back-to-back, or I guess the second day of a back-to-back, however you look at it. And frankly, I didn't care in today's game because of the effort that they showed against Pittsburgh, and I believed, okay, well, they're going to show better effort in this game, and they didn't. 19 minutes left. Dallas had a 1-0 lead. They should have been in shutdown mode, but instead of just locking it down and whatever. They just left the back door wide open and put up a sign that said "Snacks inside, going for it." Boldy would score from the slot at 16:52 after Dumba gets undressed like it was bath time at the nursing home. Foligno goes full monster and crashes the net for a 2-1 wild lead at 15 minutes. And I'm telling you guys, these guys were skating like their careers depended on it. Like it was a shock difference in the fact that it wasn't the Stars, who are technically the better team going into the playoffs, who are supposed to be the better team. It was the Wild, who are missing Kaprizov, and they are missing Eriksson Ek, 2 of their top 6 forwards, and they're the ones that put the pedal to the metal. They're the ones that have the extra gear to go out and get the win. They looked like they were just thinking about post-game food. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this team and the way that they're playing. And I have been ringing the alarm bell for weeks. And yesterday, I was completely different. Yesterday, I was just like, you know what? They went 8-2. It's okay for them to lose this game. Pittsburgh was the better team, and they made sort of kind of an effort. And that was all based off of my belief that they were going to be better in this game. And it didn't happen. It did not happen. Even when they finally got a power play at 9:05, Johansson tripped Ben, which it was a penalty. They didn't take advantage of it at all, and they were gifted a goal by the hockey gods. Like we were gifted a point at this today, whatever. Thomas Harley, throws a puck at the net. It goes off of Bogosian's foot. And it wasn't pretty, but it was a point shot. It was through traffic. It tied it at 2. And I was like, we'll take it. Okay. But let's be completely honest here with when it was 2-2. I knew the Wild deserved to win this game based off of the third period alone. And then in the overtime, there's no shock here. Dallas didn't really show up in overtime either. Robo takes the stupid penalty. The one time they really they needed it a lot, I guess, today for the penalty kill, but the one time they really needed it to actually get there for them, they just weren't there. 4-3 power play goal for the Wild. They win the game 3-2. Okay. I'm gonna try not to lose my marbles on this one because normally I have other people, aka my brothers, to kind of help me out here and keep me level-headed. But let's not act like this loss just kind of came out of nowhere, right? This was earned. This loss was earned, and the loss yesterday was earned. They did not play to their capability. They did not play like a team with some kind of vengeance behind them. This was the natural, logical, perfectly avoidable result of how the Stars have been playing the last month. They've kind of coasted. They've floated. They've drifted through games like they're in some kind of beer league game at points. And they're just relying upon their talent to save them. And they've been able to do that for over a month. Great. Fantastic. Surprise, surprise. It's not working anymore. You can't keep giving teams like Minnesota and like Anaheim and like Columbus a sniff and expect to magically elevate your game where it actually matters. Newsflash, you can't just flip on a switch. You have to build it. You have to build it up going into the playoffs. This really worries me, and this has been something I've been screaming about and worried about for months. And then yesterday I was even on that side saying, "Oh well, it's okay. Let's calm down. It's just one game. They won 8-2." And I was thinking that the loss today was going to be a wake up call to them, and they were going to play better, and they didn't. In today's game, Minnesota, they absolutely built it. You could see it, and especially in the third period, that they were winning every board battle, every rebound they pounced on. They looked hungrier. That's the word that Pete DeBoer used in the press game conference yesterday, and they didn't show it at all today. And I understand. I still get it that it's a second night of a back to back or second day of a back to back, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to play better in the way you have to feel good about the way that you're going into the playoffs. And right now, there is absolutely not a single person in the entire DFW area or across the world when it comes to the Stars fan base that feels great about the way this team is playing right now. Despite the record that they have right now. I'm not trying to be the screamy old fan or anything like that. This is just logical. They have to play better. And again, it's not fair because I'm not the one behind the bench or I'm not the one playing the actual game. Heck, I'm not even athletic enough to even play freaking football. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to watch the Stars and see that they are not playing the right way. Dallas has played today like they were trying not to wake up a sleeping baby. It was ridiculous. And it's not just a team-wide slump. It's a leadership question. It's a mindset issue. Like guys like Ben and Duchesne, they need to light the room up, and maybe not even just with words. Maybe with their play on the ice too. And again, I understand Jamie Benn has been out for 2 games for whatever the reason may be. Somebody has to step up and take this team by the horns and say, let's go this way. Somebody has to do it. And it's not fair. It is absolutely not fair. The first name that popped into my head, you know what, and it's sad, is Wyatt Johnston. Wyatt Johnston looked hungry today. In the third period, he was one of the few players that actually looked hungry. It looks like they're waiting for someone else to solve the problem. They're like standing around, like looking and saying, "What's going on?" Oh, yeah, you do it. It's okay. You do it. I mean, even Rantanen can jump in at this point and say, "Hey, this is how we actually do it." I really hope that this team is terrified right now heading into the playoffs, or at least emotionally aware of what could happen if they continue playing this way. You can't expect to do that and expect to win in the playoffs. Not anymore, at least. It just doesn't work. That being said, the Stars are still in the playoffs. They're going to play whoever they play. It's not really going to matter who they play because they're going to play a good team. It would just be very nice for the Stars to be able to have the first wild card spot so they're not facing off against Colorado. And it doesn't look like the Stars are all that interested in determining their own fate as to who to play in the first round. And you know, I'll eat my words on this too. I was incorrect in correcting other people the other day. Miro Heiskanen is more than likely not going to play in the first round. Now, would you rather play Minnesota or would you rather play Colorado without Miro Heiskanen? I know my answer, and I know the Stars fan base knows the answer too. Okay, let's reset the pulse a little bit, and let's talk about our biggest winner and biggest loser, and then I'll look at some of y'all's chats over here because I'm out for words here today. The biggest winner for me is Thomas Harley. He tied the game again. He's continued to be the Stars' #1 defenseman with Miro out. He got some puck luck, but at the same time, he's stepping up when it feels like others aren't. And honestly, he deserves a lot better right now. And so do So do some other players on this team who are trying to get it going. The biggest loser is just the Stars' collective urgency and lack of competitiveness. It left the building like a month and a half ago, and it might be in Cancun still, along with the Four Nations break. I don't know. This isn't full panic mode yet, but if Dallas doesn't find that next gear now, they'll get run over in the playoffs, and it doesn't matter who it is. They've got the talent. We've seen it, but without intensity, it's literally just marketing. That's it. Okay, let's look at some of y'all's quotes and let's see what we got. Kayla R. Hey Kayla, thank you for chatting in the episode here today. Stars have almost no finish in them, no shutdown. They haven't deserved to win in a month. And that's something I have been saying for a very long time. And yeah, there's not really anything that I can add on to that. Eric, the power play is a problem again. So many missed opportunities that a winning streak overshadowed. Yes, that is absolutely true. And I don't have the stats in front of me, but the special teams were off for the Stars here today. Obviously, with the power play, yes, but also with the penalty kill as well. Penalty kill didn't do them a favor when they really needed it. And now everyone's going to go back and point to it and be like, oh, well, they did really good. Before overtime, when you're in the playoffs, it doesn't matter how good your stats look like. Did you get the right play at the right time? And in this game, the Stars did not get that. Ardell saying 0-4 for the power play. Eric also saying not a good time to go cold. And this is a 2-game loss that is really going to hurt. Talik Lizzie saying the Stars are dead. We need the wrath of Ryan. You got a little bit of wrath, not a whole lot, but I don't know. Is rage worse than wrath, or is wrath worse than rage? I don't know. Either one. Let's just see. Ardell, they need some high quality H2O. Absolutely. They just need some urgency. That's really what they need. Ricky Spanish, they look lost out there. Yep, they do. I like this one, Eric. Ryan, if you are a therapist, we are in trouble. Yeah, because the reason why I have this podcast is so I can go into panic mode and feel a little bit better about myself, and everyone else can see, maybe get some validation if they feel the same way too. Ricky's and Dallas look so disinterested. Yep. Imagine being disinterested in getting the number 1 seed. Shame. Ricky again saying that defines how bad Dallas is playing. Can't beat a Minnesota team without 2 of their best players. Yep, and that was something I highlighted during my my mini rant. But that's about it because I know some people were expecting me to go into full rage mode, but I've already done that with this team in this particular aspect. That there's nothing to add upon what I've already said over the last 5 to 6 weeks. It's just been the same issue every single game, and I talk about consistency. This is not the consistency I want. This is absolutely not the consistency that I want. The consistency I want is being the dominant team in every single game. And if the other team happens to have a really good game and they're better than us, then great. I'm fine with taking the L if the other team plays well and we also play well. We just happen to get goalied, or they happen to get a bounce, or they were just barely better than us in a really good game. I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is losing to teams that we absolutely should beat. And then when we play the good teams, not even showing up for those games. I mean, I look back at that Tampa game weeks ago where it should have been 6-2 Tampa Bay. It should have been. And instead it was a 3-2 shootout win for Tampa, who deserved the win. And it just, again, it just kind of slowly overshadowed all of the problems that the Stars are having. And now we're starting to see losses in ways that we weren't seeing ahead of time. Let's see. Ricky might be the dumbest penalty of the season. Sorry, Ricky, you're gonna have to expand upon which penalty you were talking about. I'm assuming the Robo penalty, because that was really, 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 really dumb. Okay, Heat Grim. Ryan, I need the December mild OT loss rage. Come on. the one there. Okay, so here's the thing about the December OT loss game to the mild. In that game, the Stars were the better team, and they deserved to win. And I was frustrated because we didn't get the bounces that we needed in that game. And I was beside myself. Today is different because they were not even close to the better team throughout the game. In the third period, the Wild deserved to win. They absolutely deserved to win. And Dallas kind of took it. And honestly, got so freaking lucky with the goal that they had. I mean, it just happened to bounce off of a Goshen skate and into the net when it was going, I don't know, what did they say, half a foot wide? Yeah. Natalie, I am in the same place you are. I just don't know how they get out of round one. Here's Talik Lizzie with another comment about the playoffs. This team isn't winning a round without Miro, in my opinion. Colorado is smoking us, and they have in the regular season. Last time I remember the Stars was against the Flames or the Blues back in March. Even then, I don't think they've been playing to the same way. Boomers, if the Stars play continues to be bad like it has in the past month and they lose in round one, do you see DeBoer getting fired as a possibility? Maybe, but no. Maybe. I guess the answer is yes. It could be a possibility, but it's very highly unlikely considering the success he has had. If they go out and they get swept in the first round, then that probability goes up a little bit, because it's just it's completely unacceptable the way they have been playing. And as much as most of the blame goes on to the players and the players on the ice, it does go back to the coaching staff as well. And if it's a consistent thing, where at this point it is, then it is their fault. It is, to a certain point, their fault as well. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here today because I'm sick of I'm just sick of the Dallas Stars right now and how they've been playing. And I'll be optimistic again when the Stars play again on Tuesday, I'm assuming. I don't even know when they play again, right? Well, while I'm looking this up, I just want to say thank you to all of those who are listening live. And there's even more of you guys who are listening afterwards. If you liked what you heard today, you're watching on YouTube, click like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Starcastic Remarks. If you're listening on the audio side, please leave us a 5-star review wherever that may be. And thank you to our sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook, for being our sponsor. That promo code is THPN, like it is always. And we appreciate them for being our sponsor for, I think it's probably been 5 years now at this point that they've been with us. So as always, thank you. Starcasticremarks.com is the website. Make sure you join our Discord. Follow us on social media at StarcasticR. That's anywhere and everywhere. And alongside nobody else here tonight, my name's Ryan. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Hope y'all have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are listening. And I hope you guys had a better day today than I did this afternoon. Stars will be back on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, when they take on the Vancouver Canucks at the American Airlines Center. And as always, we'll be right there with you guys to break it all down. Thank you guys so much.